Hey guys, how's it going today? This is Patrick from R Wing Attack, and I kind of wanted to do a fun video today, a fun little discussion video, discussing Nintendo's possible E3 reveals, and more importantly, I wanted to list a few games, and these games are totally fake. These games have not come out yet. And these games, there's not even any rumors that they are coming in or are coming out later in the year or at any time. This is kind of just me, just kind of dreaming as a Nintendo fanboy would. But I really do think that these games that I'm going to mention shortly could very well put Nintendo in the front runners as far as the best gaming company in the world. I think that they could easily surpass Microsoft and PlayStation if they did release these games. A few of these games are some older IPs that Nintendo really hasn't visited in recent years, but a few of these are IPs that just aren't on home consoles yet. But the first one that I wanted to start out with is probably by far the one franchise that I think could possibly come out at this E3. E3, of course, being, I believe it's June 13th. Yes, June 13th to the 15th is the E3 Expo this year. And Nintendo has already said that they aren't going to do a traditional E3 conference. And, I mean, I don't really mind that. I think that I really like the Treehouse Live that they did, where they showed off Legend of Zelda, and they did like a few 3DS games. That was last year. But I also really liked the recent presentation they had, where it was kind of just like this bam, like quick, like kind of display of games that are coming out. I thought that was really cool, and you know, they saved the best for last with the Splatoon 2 Horde mode release. They also had the ARMS, little bit of the ARMS. They released a character, but I thought that was really cool, and I like the fast pace of it all. Like, I think it kind of gets awkward, kind of like the Nintendo Switch reveal, where they had this like hour-long presentation, and all I can remember from that is the guys just snapping their fingers every time they said Switch. But I mean, they're memorable. They kind of just drag on a little bit for me. So I think that a pre-recorded video, or you know what they had recently with the quick fire kind of thing, where part of it's live, part of it's, you know, just a recording, I think that's fine. But anyway, kind of getting off topic here. The first game that I think Nintendo should release, and I will kind of dive deep into why this game needs to be released, but I think a new Metroid needs to be released. I think it's about time. And many people have different opinions on this. Some people want the classic 2D Metroid. Some people want the first person, kind of like Metroid Prime style. And then, you know, other people want just, you know, the third person. And for me, I think it's a clear-cut winner when it comes to it should be first-person shooter, Metroid Prime style adventure game. But I don't really want to stop there. And I think that Metroid Prime, the next game that should come out, it doesn't even have to be called Metroid Prime, just Metroid something, needs to be a first-person shooter, because the Wii, I'm sorry, not the Wii U, the Nintendo Switch right now does not have any first-person shooters. The only first-person shooter that is slated to come out is Payday 2, which I can make a whole video on that game. It was so random to hear that game is coming out for the Nintendo Switch. But this game, Metroid, needs to be a first-person shooter, and I'll tell you why. Imagine a Nintendo first-party game being an online first-person shooter, much like a Halo or like a Call of Duty or something like that. I really think that Nintendo could benefit from having a Metroid game and having it a first-person shooter online kind of like a futuristic game, I think that that could bring in some hardcore fans. And I mean, Halo's kind of dying out a little bit for me, but Metroid could be this brand new first-person shooter online experience, and this could also benefit Nintendo because they are switching to the paid online subscription soon. So having this game would, I think, encourage more people to sign up for this online, because I just don't know the amount of people that are going to pay for this online service if Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart are the only games that are going to be online. So I think Metroid Prime, or Metroid, whatever you want to call it, should only exist as a first-person shooter game, because that would be amazing, and I think people would love that game. I will touch upon if Metroid, if this new game comes out as a 2D platformer. Again, I wouldn't be disappointed at all. I just think that it would be an okay game. But I think if you want more of an impact, you release a first-person shooter, you make a hell of a good online mode, and you really make it easier for people to communicate online. There needs to be a bigger community on the Nintendo Switch, because right now it is a lifeless interface. So that's my first game. My second game is pretty obvious. You probably saw it in the thumbnail, but I think, and I hope, and I pray that a new Pokemon game comes out for the Nintendo Switch. And, you know, there was rumors about Pokemon Stars, which I actually wouldn't have a problem with. I played Pokemon Moon, and I really liked the new approach that they took with Pokemon. I think that the new Pokemon are really cool, and I like the kind of like the tropical vibe of it. It's a completely different format too. They've gotten rid of gyms, and Pokemon is one of those franchises that is incredible, because all of the success of Pokemon Go, the success of Pokemon Sun and Moon, and if you look at the Switch, it is a perfect hybrid handheld console to play Pokemon on your TV, which is what I would do, and to take your Nintendo Switch on the go. I think it's a no-brainer. And if they release this game, this console, the sales would be incredible. Not that they already aren't now, but having a Pokemon game on the console and then taking it on the go with improved visuals would be incredible. And I think there's so much you can do with that too. You know, Pokken was a pretty good game, but it really didn't catch on because, I don't know, it's like a fighter with Pokemon. There wasn't really a big character roster. I don't know. I think that game, it would be a nice port if they ported that over, if they wanted to keep that franchise going. But I really think a traditional Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch would do absolutely fantastic, and would be one of the best-selling games. Other Pokemon games that I would see instead of the traditional Pokemon or Pokemon Stars, I think a Pokemon Stadium 3 would be cool. I loved playing Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 on the N64. Some of my favorite games. Pokemon Snap would be cool. I think I'm one of the only ones that likes that game, but I thought it was cool. It really immersed me into the Pokemon world, and I loved seeing kind of the Pokemon in their natural habitat. And I think that that's a missed opportunity for the Wii U. But yeah, I would like to see that. If they don't make those kind of games, maybe they come up with a new Pokemon game, but I really don't want to see something like Gale of Darkness or Pokemon Coliseum. I either want a traditional Pokemon game or I want a Pokemon Stadium. But that's it. You know, they already have a Zelda game. They already are coming out with a Mario game. I mean, the only other games that I can really think of are, you know, obviously I'm a huge Star Fox fan. I would love to see a new Star Fox game, or have Star Fox Zero ported, but with proper controls. I think that could be something. but that's just me geeking out. I would love to see a traditional Mario Party come back and be like the traditional everyone gets a turn. We're not riding in this freaking car together. But yeah, guys, I really wanted to make this video because I think Metroid in a Pokemon game could skyrocket Nintendo, because I really don't think that Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart are going to be enough for people to want to pay for online. I think that you need a first-person shooter, and I think that if Call of Duty gets ported over, I don't think that's enough for Nintendo fans to truly pay for online. I mean, ARMS is going to be online, but after that, I mean, you don't really have a lot of online games. Super Mario Odyssey, I don't think is going to be online. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that's not going to be online. So, I mean, it may, but that's not going to be enticing for people to do. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Leave in the comments below what kind of Metroid game you would like to come out. Would you like the 2D platformer? Would you like the first-person shooter? Personally, I don't really care. I just think that the first-person shooter would have more appeal. And let me know what you guys think of a new Pokemon game being released. Would you want a Pokemon Stars? Would you want a completely new Pokemon with all new Pokemon? Or do you think Pokemon should stay on the 3DS in handheld? And while you're at it, guys, why don't you hit subscribe if you like this content. Give this video a like. And as always, this is Patrick from R-Wing Attack. Thank you for watching.